It is time to lawyer up with attorney Will McKinley from the Menn Law Firm. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to all, and a happy Friday to all. I feel like speaking in a very staccato way this morning.
There we go.
Okay, listen.
Take it to accurate.
If you can keep that up for 14 more minutes.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm too lazy, man.
I would have been really impressed.
I'm a lazy guy, and it's a Friday, and trying to do the staccato thing, that just ain't going to happen.
It's not going to work.
But here's what ain't going to happen as well, because I speak with proper English.
First of all, I think the one thing you want to hear from your attorney is, I'm a lazy guy.
Only on Fridays in the middle of September. So I forgot to print off the stories. So you and I were talking. You and I were talking in the green room.
Speaking of being lazy,
we don't have a green room, by the way. We have a conference room that has cupboards that literally the doors have been taken off. The hinges are still there, but the doors have been taken off for no apparent reason.
I think maybe for cleaning or refinishing. I don't know.
We don't know. But I forgot to print off the stories this morning, and I always use paper. That's how I can stay on my game.
Yeah.
I can be very very agile.
Agility, right?
Now I'm on my phone.
Okay.
And this is not going to go well. And I'm just telling the listening public right now. I mean, it doesn't usually go well, but it's really not going to go well this morning. So just brace for it. Maybe change the channel, listen to something else for a few minutes.
Don't do that.
But I'm
Never
just saying.
do that,
so
actually.
bear with me, because I'm literally got my jeweler's lens looking at my smartphone right now.
That's right, folks. The Menn Law Firm. Keep your expectations low.
So low.
All right, let's get to the stories on the docket this morning. First headline from courthousenews.com. Bubble burst. French winemaker jailed because of a champagne fraud?
So we all know, or maybe we don't all know, some of you don't, but champagne, the sparkling wine that one drinks at a wedding and special occasions. Well, champagne is a very specific designation. Not all sparkling wines can be called champagne. In fact, they must derive from the Champagne region of France to be entitled to be called champagne. That's why, again, we call it sparkling wine here in the United States. Well, the French, they're serious about many things, but they're really serious about their champagne. A guy named Didier Chopin. He's 56 years old. He sold hundreds of thousands of bottles of fake champagne made with wines from Spain, of all places, and southern France, to which he then added aromas and gas to make them sparkling. So he basically does moonshine that he then tries to pass off as champagne. And he does it quite well. Made millions of dollars on this purported fraud. Well, he was busted. He's been sentenced to 18 months behind bars with an additional 30 months of court supervision. He's also been ordered to pay millions of dollars in restitution to the Champagne Manufacturer Association, basically the trade group that protects champagne makers. Now, again, the fraud was estimated at $7 million. Here's the funny thing. So this guy was busted originally and fled to Morocco.
As one does.
Yeah. When you are a fraudulent champagne maker, what do?
You go right to the source.
You flee to Morocco.
You go right to where all the fake champagne dealers go to. Yep.
So he flees to Morocco, where then he starts a vegetable farming business there. He was then arrested for bouncing checks. In Morocco. Now, he alleges that
it's a certain type
he
of
should have
character.
a suspended sentence because he's been rotting in a French prison. Which I don't know. I can't
pick a country, France or Morocco.
Exactly.
Which one would you like to go to prison?
I mean, there's the Chateau d'If, which we all know is if you're up on literature. Anybody Chateau d'If, Count of Monte Cristo? No. Well-read folks in the room here, everyone. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so he fled to Morocco, was accused of bouncing checks. And now he's in jail. Now, they asked the news service, Agency Free Press, asked, what do you have any comment? And he responded, I made a mistake, I am ruined, and I have nothing else to add.
Oh, well, okay. You know what? At least he's honest there. I mean, that was
concise, if nothing else.
And he also made two mistakes, I did notice. That's one thing.
But it's interesting to me that you would go to jail for this. Now, like in the United States, you commit some sort of consumer fraud like this. You pay a fine or restitution, but typically it doesn't associate jail time.
Right.
Especially when nobody's harmed, right? This is like an economic crime.
The French are really different.
But, I mean, 18 months in jail for selling, like, bootleg.
This is the way that they are, though, is
bootleg champagne.
Bootleg champagne.
Now, my favorite thing is what he was sentenced to. Not only did he get 18 months in jail, but he also has been barred from ever running a company again.
Yes.
Well, you can't trust the guy. Right?
No. Clearly
The
not.
French, if anything, they are adamant about honesty.
Well, they used to cut people's heads
Honesty,
off for this in the 70s.
Cigarettes, and champagne. Those are the priorities. I think that's what actually, if you look at the French, like in Latin, when you see the words, it's honesty, cigarettes, and champagne. Those are the three national priorities of the French.
Next story on the docket, headline from the New York Post. Belligerent New York City high school umpire allegedly attacked a teenager after a game and caused permanent physical damage.
All right, hold on. I got to find it on my phone. Okay, I got it here. I don't like this at all.
I understand.
Okay. Guy named Cody Jorge. He's 17 years old. He attended his school's girls' softball game at a playground in Lower East Side in New York last May. Now, apparently, according to a lawsuit that Cody filed against the City of New York, the Department of Education, and the Public Schools Athletic League, there was an umpire that was umping the game, right? And he was being belligerent. He was aggressive towards the softball players throughout the game, and at one point, the umpire stopped play to argue with one of the team's coaches, according to Jorge's attorneys. Now, Jorge, he's a man of principle, or a young man of principle. And after the game, he confronted the ump and asked him why he was treating the players in such a derogatory fashion, according to the lawsuit. Now, in response, the ump assaulted him, causing him to fall to the floor.
Jeez.
The ump then continued to assault him while he was on the ground, leaving him with serious and permanent physical, psychological injuries. In fact, Jorge was treated at a hospital for a concussion, contusions to the head, face, and body, and lacerations to the body.
Whoa!
Now, here's what's interesting. We don't know who the ump is. He's an unidentified ump, an anonymous ump.
Did he just show up and start umpiring the game?
That's what's going on here. So he's suing the school and the state, but not the ump. And we can't find the ump.
Because you don't know who the ump is.
You don't know the ump.
Some guy just wandering the streets of New York
That's
City.
what I'm wondering.
Could you imagine?
Was this guy just like
in an umpire uniform looking for games to ump?
And like people
Could
to
be.
beat up while
I mean,
in an
it's New
umpire
York.
uniform.
It would not be the craziest thing on earth that this guy
Not
is
even
just like a
close.
serial ump.
Yeah.
That just goes around.
A wandering ump. You know how like the Japanese used to have a wandering samurai, the
Yes.
ronin?
Yes.
He's like a ronin, except he just, beats people.
And he brings
up
his
at-
own chest pad and everything.
He's got the chest pad. He's got the blue shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, and what would you do? Like,
what can you do?
like imagine that you're at like a basketball game and someone just shows up in the like ref outfit. I'm like, okay, he's the ref.
Well,
He's the
yeah,
official.
I mean, I would think
I'm
that.
the third.
Put him in the game.
What am I going to do?
Like, anyways,
Hell yeah, dude.
but what's interesting is, so we have, again, this lawsuit is not against the umpire. It's against the city and everything else. And it's interesting to me as a lawyer because obviously he doesn't know. He can conduct discovery. If this guy was, in fact, an employee, they'd be able to easily enough figure that out and bring him in. Now, he alleges that the reason why the city, the Department of Education, the schools are responsible is because they knew or should have known that this guy was a pest.
Was a risk.
That he was a very angst-ridden ump, and that they should not have put him in this position where he's with young women umpiring.
I mean, if it turns out the dude does have a history of how he conducts himself as an umpire, maybe.
Maybe. In this case, it's going to be a tough one.
I bet the public schools
There's going to be some immunity issues here because, I mean, it would have to be very, very egregious.
We also don't know who the guy is.
I'm guessing that it's going to be a situation where the league is like, we don't know who that was.
I'm going to be honest. If I were a parent, I mean, I wouldn't like someone being belligerent to my daughter, but it would actually make the watching of the thing interesting for once, which would be good. So that's fine.
Well, I mean,
girls softball it's not my jam.
You forget a game that's normal, You remember a game where an umpire starts beating dudes up.
Correct.
You remember that game.
That's
forever.
a game. That's a game that will go down in infamy in my books.
Will McKinley, girls softball, not your jam.
Not my jam.
What do you think about women's basketball?
Really not my jam.
What do you think about any sport where women are involved?
I really enjoy women's volleyball. I think
I knew that
every heterosexual male does, but
okay. It's kind of where I thought you were going to go with that. I just wanted to get things
I enjoy
clear.
women's tennis. I find that very
Again,
fulfilling.
another sport where the outfit might be a little bit more revealing
Fine.
for you.
Women's golf. I enjoy watching women's golf, and there are a lot of not attractive women's golfers. So
Okay. All right. I'm just
not a baseball, softball. You know this. I don't.
I just want to get things straight.
Find it very taxing.
If it's all women's sports or just some, I just want to know.
No. I'm
Okay.
a big fan of women in sport.
Okay.
Gymnastics. I enjoy watching the gymnastics. Carrie Strug. She was amazing.
Good deep cut. Carrie Strug. Good one. There you go.
That lady inspired a generation.
That's right.
That was when America was America. We weren't divided then. We were all united around Carrie Strug
Carrie
and her
Strug.
broken ankle.
Oh, their poor broken
Speaking
ankle.
of abusive, what was the coach's name? Remember that Russian guy with the white mustache?
Yes.
He just looks scary.
Yeah, he ran the gymnastics program. I forget his name.
Yeah. Going back to 96,
All
baby.
right. Final story on the docket. Headline: California nudists sue resort that now requires clothes after allegedly trying to force out tenants.
Yeah, this is great. You guys ever been to a nudist beach, nudist colony?
No.
I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Would you go? I mean, is that something
I would
that'd be
tell you,
interesting?
but no, I haven't.
I would have no interest. I would find that absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
Like, even myself, I would be like, you don't want to see that.
No.
Olive
Unless
Dell.
it was women gymnasts at the nudist beach.
Exactly.
Then you'd be there.
For more than 70 years, the Olive Dell Ranch and San Jacinto foothills of San Bernardino was a sanctuary for naturists. It's a 136-acre retreat where it's like an RV park, basically, where residents could live in nudity. So it's like a nudist colony of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, the ranch was founded in 1952 and offered RV and mobile home living, a clubhouse, pool, trails, restaurant, and it was all built on the idea that nudity was natural, healthy, and freeing. Absolutely sounds disgusting. The Olive Dell Ranch was recently sold, though, and the long-term residents, some of whom have lived there since its founding, they say that they're now being discriminated against because the new owners changed the rules and are now not allowing nudity. They've gone textile.
They bought a nudist resort and then required them to wear clothes?
That's apparently the case.
All right, so
they've
do
gone
these-
textile.
Do these nudists have a case?
So they are saying that it's like religion for them. That nudity and living in a nudist lifestyle is no different than having a religious belief, like wearing a burqa or something else.
Sure.
And that by causing them to essentially have to give this up, they're being discriminated against.
Going back to the Garden of Eden.
I would say if this were in any other state, no chance in hell. But it's in California, and
true.
anything's possible in California.
It's real.
But I think this is a stretch.
Long shot?
Long shot.
Okay.
Long, ugly shot.
I
for
say
sure.
let them be nude.
You say so?
I say so.
I say they're all in their like 80s. Nah. Nobody wants that.
I'm not going, but they can be nude.
That's a nuisance. That's a public nuisance right there.
None of them will show up to court because they would have to wear clothing.
They would. Yeah, exactly. They're
Yeah.
going to default on the first day because they're not
Yeah.
going to appear.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be in contempt, one or the other. They've gone textile, folks.
Our thanks to the Menn Law Firm for loaning Will to us this morning. You can find out more about Will's practice by going to mennlaw.com. Men with two N's, mennlaw.com. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.